Hey folks, I'm going to try this again. All those emails I sent myself for the last video showed up about 12 hours later. Yeah. I can't exactly wait that long. So, hopefully things will go better today. Voice sounds better using my phone than it does using my voice recorder, so hopefully all is good. So today, a beautiful day, 26 degrees. I'm just going to go out and soak it all in, stay out as long as I can. As you can see, or hear, I've got my music source back again. So, all new music. It's such a shame to see the soccer fields empty. I don't think there's kids here at all this year. The only thing I've really seen is the occasional person out there, by himself practicing, or mainly people just walking their dogs. So, the soccer field's pretty lonely this year. Yeah, as nice as it was today, I know it was just deceiving because of what's coming.
Look at the temperature departures in eastern Canada from the seasonal average, and this will carry on into Monday too. So if you're in southern Ontario, there's a fair amount of moisture. It's been kind of gusty on Sunday, but the moisture's there. The temperatures are above average. Humidex values make it feel like 30 degrees today and into tomorrow. And then the rain comes. The flow will be strong and southwesterly, but as we go through the course of this week, the heaviest rains northern Ontario and then on the shores of Georgian Bay and Lake Huron. If you're in the Toronto area, you'll probably get 25 millimeters of rain over the next couple of days. So it spits and spurts, but some of you will get some very heavy rains. But this is what's really interesting. Over the course of this week ahead, and we'll pick this up as we go on into the middle of the week, this trough or pool of very cold air spills into Ontario and Quebec, and it is very likely with this cold enough air in place that we'll start to circulate some snow across northern Ontario. So by the time we get to the first day of October, you could have your first snows of the season in parts of the extreme north. It won't be cold enough for snow in the south, but the temperatures next weekend compared to this past weekend will be a season of difference in Ontario.
After this beautiful weekend, this is the forecast for the remainder of October. I'm kind of given up on my hopes for a third summer, unless this weekend was it, which I guess, 3 days, 4 days, I guess that could be acceptable as a third summer. But I guess from here on out, no more short stays, no more beautiful weather. It's that time of year. And of course, don't forget what else we have to look forward to this winter.
Well, oddly enough, one of our more popular segments with the fall forecast reveal is a sneak peek to winter. And there's no better place to start than a late fall pattern map, because La Nina is kicking into high gear, forecast to peak late fall, early winter. And that cold water anomaly will start to slosh further west and become central based, keeping an eye on the warmer sea surface temperatures in Indonesia as well. That gives pretty high confidence for a mild winter for eastern Canada. It can still be mild and wild. We'll have to watch heavy wet snow events or even ice storms in eastern Canada. Lower confidence forecast in the battleground zone in the central part of Canada and then western Canada. Early indications an outstanding ski season is on the horizon. That's about as classic La Nina as you can get when you look at Western Canada's preliminary winter forecast.
See those clouds in the distance? Generally, when you see blue clouds, that's an autumn thing. And sometimes into winter, you'll see blue clouds. So, I guess summer's officially over now. And so is my streak of being behind. I'm all caught up. We're kind of getting into rainy season now. I haven't been going out much because I don't want to get the monster dirty. Not mainly that, but I'm not really nuts on the cool weather. If I have to go out, I go out. I have been, but I haven't really been doing tours. Go a little bit or something, that's about it. But there is one more video that I can show, but I'm going to save that because that's going to relate to the work that I'm doing on the monster, which I will be hopefully starting soon. This is Sunday night, so I'm hoping tomorrow. I know I have an Amazon order at the post office waiting for me. It's my strobe light. I'm hoping when I go, the monster's parts will be there as well. And I can finally start working on the monster, and then I start making videos again. So at the moment I have nothing. There's a lot of stuff I can do, but what I plan on doing is I'm going to go back to 2019 I got 2 or 3 videos that I want to show before I start working on the monster, because I realize there's some things that I'm going to be referring to that I haven't actually shown yet, so I'm going to go back and kind of catch up a little bit on that. I'm not even sure how much I got left from 2019, because I don't remember when I started showing current videos, so I guess I'll find that out eventually. So I got 2 videos for sure, possibly 3. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how much content the third one's got in it. The third one's the important one. It might end up being 4, I don't know. But either way, so that's it. I can kind of take a break now. I am kind of sort of burning out a little bit. But the big problem I have is I've got some work in the computer that I need to do, and it's coding, and that takes total concentration. And that's something I normally do at night when, you know, I don't have anything else going on. So I'll probably take a couple days off to do that. At the moment, I only have 1 video uploaded waiting. This video will be right after that one, and there might be a day or 2, depending on how I feel tomorrow and when I actually want to start working on this. And also depends on if I get the parts for the monster too. So, and I will do my best to show as much detail as I can when I'm doing this work. But the main reason I don't want to get the monster dirty, because once I get everything finished, I kind of want to do a walk around, just show everything that I've done, how the monster looks now, because you only see it from the scooter cam point of view, or if I'm working on it, you can see it from, you know, whatever camera I'm using, usually on the tripod in the garage. And you can't really get a picture of just how much everything's changed since, well, spring. There's so many changes now. But most of the work I'm doing will be cosmetic, except for one thing. I kind of touched on it a little bit a couple videos ago, that I have an idea about the issue that I'm having with the monster right now. And this video that I'm holding back will kind of, I don't know what word to use, will kind of, it persuades me to believe what I'm thinking is true. So, I don't know what else to say about that. So, anyways, that's all for that. I do have one really nice update, and that is in regards to returning my SJCAM. So it took a month and a half to get to me, and I gave it a month and a half to go back, and I gave it a little extra time. I gave it 2 months, and if you remember, I couldn't get a tracking number for it because the post office wanted $95, and I basically said, no, I don't think so. So I kind of left the door open for them to say that they never got it. I did take a picture of the package with the postage paid and all addressed and ready to go. So it's the only thing I really had to protect myself with. So after 2 months, I contacted him, and he asked me what's the tracking number, so that, you know, obviously he's not aware of what's going on. So I gave it another month, and it's now been 3 months, and so now I go to Amazon and put it in their hands, and they the first guy I talked to, actually before I get to that, I have another problem, and that is the card that I used to purchase the camera. I don't have anymore because I started getting decline charges on it. So I asked about it, and they said somebody's trying to put orders through, but they're getting the expiry date on the card wrong. So somebody's got my number. I don't know where or who, but it wasn't the same place each time. One was a school, one was a construction company or something. So my card number's out there. So I got rid of it, and I have a new card now, but with a different company. So when you get a refund from Amazon, they put it back on the card that you purchased with. I don't have that card anymore, so I asked him, I says, what do I do about this, right? Because I can't put that money back on that card. So he told me, well, he said if I purchased from Amazon directly, which, you know, I wish I'd had, but he said it automatically, he could issue me a gift card. I don't have a problem with that. But because I bought from an independent seller, they can't do that. I don't see why not, but okay, they can't. So he says, what you can do, he says the money will go back to the card, call the credit card company, and they will issue a check for whatever that money was. So that doesn't sound right to me, right? So he says, okay. So I called up the company, and of course they laughed at me. Like I figured they would. He says, no, we don't do that. And he says, the other problem is your account's canceled. He says, the money can't even go into your account. So, which I figured. So I went back to Amazon and ended up talking to somebody else. And he says, oh, it's no problem. We can put the money back on whatever active card you got. So that just kind of shows the difference between, you know, somebody who knows their job and somebody who doesn't. So he said to me, he says, they've started the process, the claim process, and he said once they make a decision or whatever, then he says that could take a week or two. So I told him, I says, well, I waited 3 months for now, or I waited 3 months at this point. He says another couple weeks isn't going to make a difference. So he's kind of seemed shocked that it had been that long, and he says, I'll put an expedition on it. So, okay, make it a priority, I don't mind that. So, anyways, while I'm making this video, I got an email. We have granted your claim on order number and issued you a refund to your original payment method. If you paid with credit or debit card, the refunds may take a few days to appear on your statement. If you paid with this, these and those, whatever. So, bottom line is I'm getting my money back. So, I'm not getting screwed over on this one. Like I said, if they're going to try that, I was going to fight it. I'm not letting this go. So, good news is I'm getting my money back finally. Yay. So, crop storm seems to be ending. I never covered everything that was happening. There were a couple other things. I may mention them, I may not, I don't know. But things are starting to look up now. Things are getting better. And aside from this voice recording here, which I haven't tried yet, all my voice recordings have sent immediately. So maybe it was just a glitch, or maybe afterward and Apple heard me tell them that their apps suck. If my phone is monitoring what I'm saying, then maybe they say, okay, well, we'll release it. So, anyway, things are starting to look up. Hopefully, with the monster, things will get going again, and everything will be good. So, like I say, next few videos will be from 2019, basically explaining what's coming up, I guess. So, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching.